Thanks for joining us on the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm Jarna Hector. Coming up, infrastructural development is taking place all over the Grand Bay Constituency. Roseau South commuters to soon enjoy better road conditions, and organizers are all set for the 7th Jazz and Creole Festival. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
A picture is worth 1,000 words. Got it? Taking care of us can be so easy.
Take good care of the children.
Thanks for staying with us. Construction of a $1.2 million project signed on April 27 in the Grand Bay area is already well on its way. GIS News met with Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Grand Bay Constituency, Justina Charles, as well as the contractor for the project in Grand Bay on Thursday. GIS's Lurian Graham Carter files this report.
A contract was signed for over $1.2 million for the Geneva Road, which was washed away by the August 27th storm.
This project is one of about 10 projects that were signed, contracts that were signed sometimes about 2 or 3 weeks ago, when government signed quite a bit of contracts to do work post-Erica across the island. And this is one of the largest that we have for the south. As I said, we have 10 of them, and including pavement to road and retaining walls and dredging of rivers. But this one at our back here was the largest. That was to the tune of $1,202,924.35, and this project was awarded to Shane Alexander from Grand Bay, and the scope of work is supposed to be a box culvert. There is supposed to be some level of dredging and rigid pavement of the road, and so basically what we've seen there is the commencement of that work, and I am happy that at least we've started. The fellas who are engaged there, we see 1 or 2 fellas from Dubic, and most of the others are from Grand Bay. And as I said earlier, even when he was signing the contract, that normally he has a fleet of probably around 16 or so men. But as he said, you know, based on the amount of work that is being done, you cannot bring too many at one time based on what you are doing. But his intention is to engage some more people, because I really want to see quite a bit of our people from Grand Bay getting an opportunity to be able to earn some income. So I am happy that this project has started, and I know in Ted, the person that I know he will be very diligent and will try his best to do it to the best of his ability, because he recently did the one in Pishneh, where we have the box culvert in Pishneh going to the church and the youth center, the health center. So we know that is thing that he is familiar with. So I expect him to be able to expedite it and do it. And we know we are in the rainy season, because as you notice, they have a pump having to pump water from under the soil there. So we know now we are in the rainy season. So he really has to try to expedite it so that the rain does not create a setback for him.
The project, which started on May 9th, is expected to take 4 months to completion.
Right now I just dig in my toe area and try to align it so I can get my correct measurement post to that point.
How do you anticipate this will happen, seeing that we're expecting a lot of rain?
Well, as far as I can see, since I can cast my toe and my base, that will be alright. After this box culvert, we have to dredge from the box culvert to the other box culvert to the main road. And then from that bridge, we have to take it back to the other bridge in concrete and drain.
Okay.
And we have to dredge that side too.
I am Lurian Graham Carter reporting for the Government Information Services.
Also in the Grand Bay constituency, on Thursday, Honorable Parliamentary Representative Justina Charles presented 2 checks to the chairman of the Grand Bay Village Council, Edward Regist, one for a drainage project at Center and another for Bala Park Road construction. The first check, exceeding $43,000, was presented for payment to the contractor Bernard John Baptist for a drain construction project, which was not initially part of the Center Road contract.
What has happened is, when we did the first contract for the construction of the road, which was in excess of just a little above $100,000, that contract did not take into consideration the drains. So what we did is that I spoke with the Honorable Prime Minister, who is the Minister of Finance, in trying to solicit funds for the drain. But the contractor was able to construct the drain, having gotten the clearance from the Prime Minister. The contractor constructed the drain. So this morning, the money that we will be making, we'll be presenting to the council, is basically to settle payments for the drainage works that was done in excess, as I said, to the tune of $43,000.
The Grand Bay MP also presented a check of $100,000 for the construction of the Campeche Main Road leading to the inside of Bala Park. Bernard John Baptist will also be the contractor for that project, which will be done in phases.
The Balapak Road, we know, is presently all of it is dirt. It has never been surfaced. The reason being funds, one, and so what we've done is I've gotten the estimate. We have estimate in excess of $600,000 for the construction of all of the roads within Balapak. It may be more, a little more, because the road has deteriorated because of the weather condition. So we have the estimate, and this $100 is just $100,000. Is basically just the beginning of the work to be undertaken on that road. And we know there are some areas that are very, very bad at this point, and we have to look at them. But I know the first set of money that was given, the request was made, and we know some people have been lobbying. So we will be starting the work from the entrance of the Campeche Main Road to enter, and I think we will be covering 250 meters of road. And we expect work to start, well, we know on Monday is easy though, so we expecting work to start soon after, once the council has settled the arrangement with the contractor.
Honorable Charles acknowledged that there are other roads in the constituency to be addressed as soon as possible. The Grand Bay MP's objective is to ensure that all roads in her constituency are completely surfaced. Chairman of the Grand Bay Village Council, Edward Regist, also expressed the council's interest in proper road access.
We want to thank the PAL Rep and central government for really listening to that plea to ensure that we can continue to bring development and improvement to the community. This road here that we are standing on was recently done, and of course, you know, the residents here are in most part happy with the work that was done, and we look forward to the continued development of roads in Grand Bay, because you know, when you bring roads to various places, that it really helps with the construction boom, it helps with access, it helps with so many other things, you know, emergencies and everything else. I want to tell the PAL Rep and the Prime Minister thank you, but we are certainly looking forward to a lot more happening in Grand Bay for the comfort and the development of the people of this community, which continue to stand solidly with the Dominica Labour Party government.
In more road rehabilitation news, commuters of Roseau South will soon be enjoying better travel conditions in their day-to-day routine. On Thursday, May 12th, GIS News was on site with the Honorable Senator Jaizaye Benoit, caretaker of the Roseau South constituency. He gave a first-hand look at the ongoing road repairs.
GIS News first visited the lower Girodel Road. Following the passage of Tropical Storm Erica, parts of the road were damaged but are now being addressed as part of 8 interventions which government has undertaken in the Roseau South area. The Honorable Senator revealed that this particular aspect of work has been in the pipeline for quite some time.
Sometime in 2014, the champion of the Roseau South, Mr. Ambrose George, along with staff of the Ministry of Public Works, visited the entire constituency, including Girodel Egliston, to identify areas of priority intervention along the roadway, including this very site. And so the ministry then proceeded to make preliminary estimates for addressing the necessary issues, such as road edge failures. And we are very pleased, albeit after the passage of Tropical Storm Erica. However, despite the limitations in terms of economics, the Prime Minister has mobilized resources to undertake this intervention here in the community of Girodel.
He believes the project will have significant economic impact on the community.
It will help to improve road safety. It will also increase resilience to climate change. As we can see, we are facing more intense hurricane seasons, and also it will also serve to create employment for our local contractors and our local tradesmen and women as well.
The project is expected to be completed in the next few months.
implementation of this project have moved very swiftly since the signing of the contracts. In fact, within 1 week of time, we have seen that the contractor, Mr. Gilbert Guy, has already engaged 10 young men from the community of Girardel in completing this project. Thus far, they have completed excavation works. They have also casted the toe of the retaining wall. Next week, they'll be proceeding to facilitate the blinding and backfilling so that they can cast the footing of the retaining wall, and they'll be moving in an expeditious manner to complete the project, all things being equal, within a 9-week period.
The next project was located in Reggate, Kings Hill. Contractor Peter Teat described the process of constructing the retaining wall in this location.
Well, it's not the first time I'm building them, so I know exactly how to really go for it. Right, so it's not the first time. Well, the process is you got to make a toe, right? From the toe, you got to get your base. You have to put your base and compact it, and you have to put your 3-inch blinding, then put your steel. This steel is what we are going to use over there. You see the cross one over there, and each of these going on every steel that you see standing there.
He remarked that the only challenge so far has been inclement weather. He, however, sees many benefits to the project in providing proper drainage and road safety. The Honorable Senator is pleased that the contractor has engaged 10 young developing tradesmen from the communities of Kings Hill and Newtown on this project and commended the quick response of contractor Teat in commencing this much-needed project.
As a resident of Kings Hill, I'm very elated to see that work on the establishment of a retaining wall in the Upper Reggate Road has begun just several days after the signing of a contract with Mr. Peter Teat. And I must commend Mr. Teat for mobilizing his crew and already beginning works in constructing this much needed wall. As we are following the passage of Tropical Storm Erica. A large portion of the road, the edge of the road in Reggate, Upper Reggate, collapsed, and so this retaining wall will address the road edge failure and ensure that there is better drainage, as the rains we know will be coming in this hurricane season, so we'll be trying to address that in advance of the heavy rains this hurricane season. It will also bring safety to this road area, because we still have several families who live in Upper Reggate, and based on the drainage pattern we have several families in under Pierce, as we call it, Abba Pierce, that are at risk from the rains that will fall during the season. So we see this project as having 3 major benefits: improving climate resilience, providing employment, and of course making the road safety for all of its users. This project is being implemented to the tune of some $80,000, and we really want to commend the Prime Minister for mobilizing these resources in such hard economic times.
For GIS News, I'm Kadisha St. Louis.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Glad to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. Work has begun on the over $500,000 Geneva Bridge Rehabilitation Project, which is contracted to Offshore Civil and Marine Inc. Contract signing took place between the contractor Francis Emmanuel and the Ministry of Public Works and Ports on April 27th at the Financial Center. This project is one of 10 contracts signed for the south of the island.
This project is expected to look at underpinning of the abutment to the wall, abutment wall to the old bridge, repairs to the metal bridge deck, and rock revetment and bridge leveling. Because post Erica, during Erica, in fact, the bridge, the wall there was some level of undermining, and if you see, the bridge is no longer level and it is a little shaky. So what is happening now is that they are now creating a bypass before they begin work on the bridge. So as soon as the bypass is completed, they will probably begin work on the bridge.
The Honorable Grand Bay MP remains optimistic since the river in that area is flowing heavily following rainfall over the past few days. She explained that the material to be used for the bypass is a bit lighter than anticipated, but the team is already working on a solution.
I spoke to the engineer in town, and they are hoping to continue speaking with him to see how they can address that thing. But I am hoping, and as I said earlier, our challenge now is this beginning of rain. And usually when it rains, this Geneva River is usually very heavy. So I think that is one of the challenges they may encounter. And even with what they are doing, I am still afraid that probably if the river comes down heavily, it might definitely affect it. Because that is one of the temporary things that was done, even where we see Shane doing the work presently. That was done temporarily post-Erica. And when the rain fell a few days after, it washed it away with the plastic thing to allow the water to flow. So I am afraid, I'm not even sure how well it will hold for them. But we just have to pray and hope that things can work. And they, in their own engineering minds, will decide how they can do things to make it work.
The sum exceeds $4 million. These projects are part of the drive to ensure the safety of Dominica's roads and infrastructure. The dedicated work of nurses has not gone unnoticed. To end Nurses Week 2016, on Friday, the Ministry of Health held a ceremony to recognize and honor the crucial role that nurses play in the health and well-being of communities. The Honorable Health Minister was represented by Health Liaison Officer Dr. Martin Christmas. Dr. Christmas says the work of nurses is invaluable.
We should all recognize and be aware that all of you are very important and deserve every bit to be had. Managers, level 1 or level 2 nurses who are engaged in clinical practice in Dominica, I would assume that all of you have been involved in some way in improving the quality of care which you deliver to your patients, and I applaud you all for it, for making healthcare and this ministry worth the while.
Principal Nursing Officer Cesarina Ferrell challenged nurses to do their best at all times.
I challenge each nurse today to be a leader in your individual roles and positions and to rise above the status quo, influencing a new culture. Today I want to encourage you to be each other's keeper. As it is said, a chain is as strong as its weakest link, and that there is strength in unity. You are therefore challenged in your various roles to be change agents.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Helen Royer, outlined ways in which the ministry has improved the working conditions for nurses.
Remuneration of nurses with specialized post-basic training. We have purchased the necessary equipment that help in the improvement of delivery of health care. Refurbishment of several health facilities that help improve your work, especially the environment. We have contributed immensely towards postgraduate studies for nurses at all levels, community health nurses, family nurse practitioners, to mention a few. The implementation of the nursing session, also during period of shortage for nurses, continues, and creation of several other nursing positions. So while there is a void and there is a gap, we have delivered.
Tokens and certificates of appreciation were presented to each department of the Princess Margaret Hospital and to all primary healthcare districts. A special award was presented to the Principal Nursing Officer, Cesarina Ferrell, for her administrative work. Special awards were also presented to nurses who make significant contributions to the healthcare system of Dominica. And main stage band for the upcoming 2016 Jazz and Creole Festival. This Sunday, Elan Parley began 2 days of jazz master workshops for young people and established musicians. Marketing executive for the Discover Dominica Authority, Monique Jacob, called this the band's contribution to music in Dominica. Elan Parley is a Caribbean jazz band from Trinidad and Tobago. Music workshops began on Friday, May 13th.
We have the workshop this afternoon at 2:30 for the young ones first, because it's important to start to grow your audiences from young in order to keep your festivals going as well. So we have for the school children this afternoon at 2:30. Where is it, Moni?
At the Alliance Process.
At the Alliance Process. And then tomorrow we have for regular musicians as well, where we do something with the whole band. And that should be really good. It's always nice to come around and, you know, try to share the information and also sort of get together with other musicians in the islands and and hopefully hook up and keep the vibe alive.
The 7th annual Jazz and Creole Festival will take place at Fort Shirley in Cabarets. The show, which kicks off at 2 p.m., promises to be a day of fun and entertainment for the entire family. Marketing executive for the Discover Dominica Authority, Monique Jacob, had a few guidelines for patrons of the event.
The park will be well secured with police presence as well as regular security. There will be parking arrangements available. There are patrons who will have parking access. However, parking for the general public will be available starting from the Waiti Kubuli segment 14 gazebo, going all the way back to the Moroccan Hotel and Purple Turtle. There's also a special area cleared out at Purple Turtle for parking and going on to Tatan. So look for the police signs and look for the other signage indicating where parking is available.
For a small contribution, shuttle services will be available from the parking lots to the Cabarets National Park. Thank you, Lorianne. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, village Kongsu Gwambe bien plein si pour y taper votre gouvernement pour bâtir projet Infrastructural. Parole ça là sorti au chairman village Kongsu Sala, M. Edward Regist, pendant même Panama Honorable Justin Charles, fait présentation l'argent pour financer projet chimique en communauté là.
Ça nous a essayé de faire aujourd'hui, c'est deux différents projets. Il y a nous a fini. Un projet là nous deux bouts là, c'est un chemin qui gouvernement bâti ensemble avec consulat avec là pour chemin il pas côté fini mais moun là qui a fait projet il fait à sous poche lui-même comme ça nous gouvernement a pour tuer l'argent pour nous payer pour travailler là il fait à sous là. Comme ça c'est un projet qui a fini. Et bien l'autre projet à présent, c'est là nous avons fait chimé dans place en Gwambe qui est Balapak. Donc Balapak c'est en place nous c'est développement qui neuf. Moun ka bâti kay là comme ça village là ka grandi avec moun ka acheté place pour yo ça bâti kay avec Balapak là pour un petit temps à présent mais c'est chimé à partir bon pièce et c'est chimé à même te ka dégradé dans manière esprit après court temps Erika il vini autant plus mauvais tenir pile différents habitants en chimé comme ça nous a tapé aujourd'hui, c'est l'argent du gouvernement pour nous commencer à bâtir chimère.
Régis Kagari devant, qui c'est projet ça là qui commence, qui continue.
Il a coûté nous plus de $600,000 pour finir faire chimère ça. Mais le gouvernement a commencé avec 100,000 avec nous avons commencé à faire chimère avec moi pensé que nous avons support gouvernement pour nous ça fini faire chimère parce qu'il n'y a pas faire sens pour nous ça commencer à buter avec qui là comme ça mon penser que le gouvernement qui a gardé pour parce que comme on dit en anglais nous un gouvernement pour tuer l'argent pour pour chimère en les autres côtés avec mon penser que Gwambe qui a ba gouvernement gros support même en toute manière, en toute façon gouvernement qui est tombé à ce Gwambe en bonne manière pour nous ça fini bâtir ces chimères ça mon parler ces chimères où était là sous compte nous avec regarder nous besoin gouvernement fini chimère avec fait certain que ces moun là confortable avec ces moun là ni bon chimère pour aller à Caillou.
En la nouvelle gouvernement Dominica tient un commitment pour développement chimique en Dominique. Parole ça là sorti au Parlement Gwambe Honorable Justin Charles pendant il fait l'argent available pour projet chimique en Gwambe jeudi semaine ça.
Où savent nous que voulez faire chimie là, on sait le coup avait fini avec ça. Mais de temps en temps, bitin ka vini qui ou pas te plan pour, bitin ka vini bitin ou pas te espérer. So les là on est pour couper en les ça ou te plan pour faire. Mais mon savent gouvernement I'm committed pour nous make sure toutes ces chimées ça là nous les make sure en tout village Dominique avec Gwambe pas de différence nous ça surface toute chimée avec monde ça confortable avec environnement yo ça move easy traffic sur ça Ça coui, pli aisé devant case moun, mettez yo devant case yo sorti faire commission yo ambulance ça rentre quand il est ou ça c'est bien ça là. Et fait pour nous savent ces projets ça la constituency là, est important because même well pendant temps il ka endé fait constituency a timiat meilleur en chimie mais même les il ka nous ka taper travail pour autant ces contractors là avec d'autres moun en commune là. So because nous savons nous voyons contracteur en village là, il même qui acheté d'autres moun pour travailler avec. So ça mean on parti famille qui a bénéfice de ça because si on moun travaille, at least on l'argent qui vient en famille en boutique qui taper yo que ça gagne commission en boutique. So tout moun qui bénéfice dans cette travail ça là. So mon content at least nous ça commencé et mon ka garder pour nous continuer travail bien vite en les laissant ces chimères là.
À la nouvelle, ministère touriste, sénateur honorable Robert Tong, qui a fait parole qui meeting qui tient entre gouvernement et puis management l'IAT, ça a été un succès. Meeting là tient et puis l'IAT, pour gouvernement, ça déclaré position, situation, qui concerne l'IAT et puis voile pour Dominique, et puis aussi pour tant yo challenge yo ka expériencer. Honorable Tong fait parole qui yo dit l'IAT, est bien nécessaire pour vous avancer service par Dominique. Compagnie là d'accord pour mettre plus voile direct 4 jours par semaine ensemble et puis plus voile hot baban et puis antigue. Management li a fait parole satisfaction, ça fait la Dominique bien important à s'y manifester ailleurs. Quand même compagnie là ka one m'a fait parole challenge you ka expériencer. Compagnie là ka expecté pour poursuivre un autre avion bagay qui avancé service yuka one pour Dominique. Délégation Dominique c'était ministre Tong ensemble et puis ministre Public Works honorable sénateur Miriam Blanchard pendant l'IA été représenté par chef AO Julie Jones. Messieurs et mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non moi c'est McPherson Luce. Au revoir.
Jumping rope or skipping is one of the best forms of cardio exercise. 10 to 15 minutes of that burns 200 calories. So if you're strapped for time or motivation, reach for your skipping rope. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Jarna Hector. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.